I'm going to keep this video as short as I can and try to sum it up to the best of my ability. Illymations, I'm a fan of her. I like her content. I love what she does. She takes the minuscule and smaller things in life and turns it into a positive message in a way. But recently she kind of lost that integrity and that reputation that she had for trying to do good things in the world. Because one person disagrees with her, she felt the need that instead of not saying anything or not doing anything or even just, maybe just answering back, well, it's like, well, I think, maybe you're wrong and I'm right. It's okay to disagree and have a friendly debate with people. To basically sum up what she did is how she basically destroyed her credibility and her reputation by doing something so pathetically shitty. Rather than watch the person's video and maybe point out some things here and there, it's like, oh, I agree with that, I agree with that, I don't agree with that. Instead, she goes by assumption from a friend of hers, which, by the way, this friend of hers has got to be a real shithead because they didn't even watch the video. They probably just took a look at the title and that was it. Personally, I think it's okay that you could tell somebody not to watch a channel, not to watch a video, but to make it come off like this, it just seems like now you're just demanding silence. Just absolute silence to him. And if you're wondering what this friend of hers said to her that gave the basic rundown of his video without her watching it for herself and thinking for herself, it was this, that Think Before You Sleep spends a very high percentage of the video personally attacking Illy's appearance and taking her opinionated life story and attacks it with cherry-picked academics. What? Excuse me? You didn't watch the video, and I'm speaking to you as someone who's a fan of her. This person did not watch the video. Rather than buy into the drama that she was projecting or this friend of hers was projecting, I watched Think Before You Sleep's video. And you know what? It was a great constructive criticism. There was no personal attacks. There was nothing malicious in it whatsoever. But you think that Illy, because she made this facade of how she's a generally positive person, she would respond with, utter class. No. Instead, she, rather than thinking for herself, she made assumptions, went with the assumptions, and made probably the most pathetic excuse of a response ever. And that's by not saying anything, but by trying to mass flag this video. That's a form of cyberbullying. The very thing that you're accusing him of, and now you're doing it back because that's right. I don't think I've ever seen a single person completely dismantle everything they stand for, whether it be lifestyle or how they treat others, basically systematically take themselves down and destroy their reputation with just a few posts. And I should mention that directly after she tells her huge following to go mass flag and report the video, she throws down this little message. Please do not send hate to him. It will only make things worse. I just want this to be over. How do you say that after you basically told your dogs to go attack him? All 2 million of them. How do you say that and then say this? She could have avoided this altogether 2 weeks ago if she didn't say anything at all, or maybe just made a quick response and that was the end of it, because I think after a while, maybe like 2 or 3 days at the initial impact of this, people would have forgotten about it. But because she responded the way she did, here we are talking about it 2 weeks later. And here we are in a fucking war now. She ignited a shitstorm for no particular reason. It was an absolutely unnecessary shitstorm. I think the best thing for Illy now is to basically take responsibility for herself and for her actions, because her actions caused a reaction, and it wasn't a positive reaction. It was an absolute backfire on her and her own reputation, while at the same time coming off as a malicious cyberbully who was trying to take down somebody simply because they disagreed with her. The mature thing for her to do is to apologize sincerely and take responsibility for the shitstorm that she caused. And that's honestly the best thing that she can do.